Today I fucked up by telling a waitress I had already beaten their hot wing challenge. Obligatory, this didn't happen today, but was actually a few years ago. But I'm sure you people of Reddit will still be able to enjoy my pain. So, as the title suggests, I like spicy things. I have a large collection of hot sauce at home. I have tried most of the world's super hot peppers and I've won numerous hot wing challenges. Usually I'm fine, but as I've aged occasionally I find that my stomach suffers. Nothing too extreme, but a lot of noise and sometimes a bit of ring of fire. Cut to the day of this specific incident. I live in a medium-sized city in Canada. My brother-in-law used to live in another city about 140 kilometers 90 miles away. So for context, and this becomes important, about an hour and a half by car. This day in particular, we went to visit so we could drive him back to our house for the weekend. Now, we did this pretty often. Usually when we do, we find a restaurant to grab a bite to eat before we head home. The last few times we went, we found a small pub that specialized in buffalo wings. At the back of the menu they advertised a hot wing challenge where if you finished their hottest wings, you eat free. Without an ounce of hesitation, I ordered the challenge wings. The waitress asked, "Are you sure?" To which I replied, "I like hot foods, and I can't turn down an opportunity to eat free wings." She laughed and got my wings. They were hot, but I had definitely eaten hotter. And so, I got my free wings. Paid for my girlfriend's meal and my beer and went on my way. In the coming months, I did this twice more. Each time, the waitress would ask, "Are you sure?" Each time I would say yes. Each time I got free wings. It was wonderful. Cut to this last time. We go to our favorite wing place. We waltz in with an air of familiarity and seat ourselves. The waitress, whom I later find out is the owner, comes to take our order. My girlfriend, daughters and brother-in-law all order and the waitress turns to me and asks what I'll be having. I say, "I'd like to do the hot wing challenge please." The waitress once again asks, "Are you sure?" This is where I fucked up. I stupidly told her, "Oh yeah. I've done this lots." Dear reader. When you tell the owner of an establishment that you've already eaten a free meal at their place and now you're just there to fleece them out of another order of wings, they do not take it well. Our previously friendly waitress turns to me and coldly says, "Oh, have you? Then this should be easy for you." It was not. My wings came and everyone's eyes went wide and they leaned away from my meal. Instantly, everyone's eyes water and the waitress, owner grins a big, toothy, mirthless grin. She says, "Enjoy," and walked away. I cannot convey to you in mere words the pain I suffered eating these wings. I took my first bite and it was searing doom. An explosion of nuclear fire blanketed my palate, not unlike what I'm sure the people at Pompeii would have experienced during the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. My body began shivering and sweating. A river of snot and tears ran from my face. Twice I went to the washroom to cry to myself and question my life choices. Though no one expected me to finish, I endured. When it was finally over, everyone was silent. We paid without a word, and left. In the car, my girlfriend turned to me and tentatively asked, "Are you okay?" When I just nodded in the affirmative, she asked, "Are you sure?" I just looked at her, expressionless. We began our drive home. Again, I would like to reiterate that generally I don't experience much in the way of after effects from spicy foods. This was different though. I could feel the burn in my esophagus still, right down to my stomach. And my stomach was getting worse. I was getting bloated and uncomfortable. About a half hour into this hour-and-a-half drive is becoming increasingly uncomfortable to the point where I'm shifting uncomfortably in the driver's seat. My girlfriend again asks if I'm okay. I tell her, something is off. She suggested stopping to use the bathroom, which I declined. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and I felt like it had best be at home when it did instead of some filthy gas station restroom. An hour into the drive and this discomfort is full on pain. Bad pain. I step on the gas, blowing well past the speed limit. I didn't care. I just needed to get home. My stomach had decided that it was no longer going to house these abominations and one way or the other, they were coming out. When we finally got there, I put the car in park and ran to the front door. I fumbled with my keys while everyone else got out of the car. The door finally opened and I vaulted up the stairs 4 at a time while simultaneously undoing my pants. It was a race to the toilet and I was losing. Just as I got to the bathroom it happened. I got the door mostly closed before a violent spray erupted from my asshole, painting the back of the door and the floor. To minimize the splash zone, I made an executive decision. The bathtub instead of the toilet. I launched myself into the tub, and started doing my best to get my clothes off. All the while, I'm violently shitting and throwing up all over myself. My girlfriend, God love her, came upstairs and, with a look of absolute disgust at my vile bodily expulsions, took my dirty clothes away and cleaned the door, walls and floor. She came back upstairs after starting the laundry and turned the shower onto my battered, burning body. I was cowering in the fetal position as the warm water hit me, still amazed at the lashback a pound of spicy buffalo wings was able to put forth. She asked me in a sweet voice if I had learned my lesson. I feebly replied, yes. I lied. Too long did not read. I thought I could handle some hot wings, only to have the chef create something insanely hotter than expected and ended up destroying my bathroom. Addendum post-edit. The place was called, Tammy's Queen of Wings in North Bay, and it was 100% my own fault. My ego got the best of me. They do make you sign a small waiver, and it's just the wings and any non-alcoholic beverages the wing eater orders that come free. Everyone else's food has to be paid for. Second addendum. Whoa. This got a lot of traction. A few more answers, for those who are curious. The restaurant in question is closed permanently. Which sucks, because spicy or not the wings were pretty good. I didn't suffer any long-term ill effects, and I don't have an ulcer, thank God. We're in no rush to get married, but still kinda like each other's faces. And lastly, this was not the last time it happened. Winking face. Just last week I was wondering how people have explosive diarrhea to the point the walls are painted brown. I now have my answer. Clearly the best marketing strategy. Customer. I have completed this eatery's challenge before and enjoy it. It's delicious and there is lots of it. My two companions won't be participating though. Owner. Very well, I shall make it so spicy that you cry in public and experience diarrhea so painful and foul that it will haunt you for a while. Customer from the toilet that used to be a shower, what an excellent experience. I shall be back again next Wednesday with all my friends and family. Today I fucked up by letting my daughter try coffee. I, 24 female, have twin babies, 1, M and F. As kids do, they're always trying to get into everything, especially if it's something they see mama with, often like my phone and my coffee. This morning I was drinking my first cup and it's 6 a.m. My daughter is awake and on my lap, reaching for my cup saying, hot, hot, like she usually does. Somewhere in my stupid half-awake brain I remembered my mom telling me about the time my grandpa let my brother taste beer as a toddler and he was super grossed out by it and left it alone after that. Well, I thought if she tasted my coffee, she'd hate it and stop trying to run off with my cup all the time. Big fuck up. She loved it. Big grin and an exclamation mark quote. And reached for it again. I quickly put it on the table but the damage was done. She didn't leave me alone about it for half an hour. Apparently coffee isn't as much an acquired taste as I thought it would be. Edit. Y'all, I only put a spoon of sugar and a splash of half and half in my 10 ounces cup. I promise it's not that sweet. This isn't some creamer-filled Starbucks dessert coffee, it's regular old strong percolator coffee or Keurig if I'm being lazy. Too long did not read. Let my one yo try my coffee so she'd leave it alone and let me drink in peace. She loved it and I'm never getting a quiet cup again. Your mistake was not doing it with pure black coffee. My dad, who loves adding milk and creamer, did the same with me when I was young, and of course I wanted more. This turned into occasionally making me special coffee, aka warmed milk with creamer in a coffee mug. Was it black coffee, or a melted Cant bar in a cup with a few drop of coffee liquid? My daughter once said she liked coffee after trying her aunt's. Turns out she likes 75% flavored and sweetened creamer in a cup with just enough coffee to make it lukewarm. When my kid was around 3, my spouse was eating a hot and spicy McChicken from McDonald's. They had the sandwich in their hand, but kind of resting on their lap. The kid walked up, took a big bite and started walking away. They got about 3 or 4 steps before the heat hit them. The little one was not a happy camper. Today I fucked up by dressing as my GF's favorite cartoon character in bedroom. So my 26M girlfriend, 27F, has been watching this popular show for about a while, and she absolutely loves one of the characters of the show. She loves him so much to the point where she quotes him randomly or search up compilations such as, Top 5 Most Savage Moments of X Character. Anyways, I thought it would be a good idea to spice up things in bedroom a little. as lately we've been too busy with work to have fun, as we used to before. Therefore I thought it would be a good idea to cosplay such character. I mean, she really enjoys him a lot, so it would definitely make sense for him to bring some excitement to the bedroom. Besides, we all have that little fictional crush we wanted to smash at some point. So why not? I searched up for costumes online, though thankfully his fit is relatively simple. I was careful enough to make sure the costume would arrive while she wasn't at home. My plan worked out perfectly till then. My girlfriend was at work, my package was home, I just had to set up the mood, so I decided to send her a message saying, "I have a surprise for you, be ready for the best night of your life," or something along those lines, followed by obvious suggestive emojis. From her reply I could tell she was down for it too. So nighttime comes. I was already waiting in our room. Candles lit in different spots of the house, leading to our bedroom. I heard the keys opening the door and I just knew the show was about to start. I felt so excited and I couldn't wait for her to meet her surprise upstairs. But when she reached the bedroom, shit just started to go down. She opened the door and her face instantly turned into a horrified one. She started yelling at me and saying that I was a pervert, that I couldn't be serious about what I was doing, and that it was the most disgusting joke she's ever seen. I tried telling her it wasn't a big deal and that I could just take it off, but she ended up leaving the house and saying she was going to a friend's. Now I'm just laying in my bed. She won't answer my messages or calls, and I'm honestly a bit embarrassed to tell anyone, so I'm just typing it here. The character in question was Stewie Griffin from Family Guy. Was it really that bad? And #X200B. Too long did not read. I dressed up as Stewie Griffin for my girlfriend to spice things up in our bedroom and she got mad at me, leaving the house and now ignoring my texts and calls. This reminds me of the guy who wrote erotic fanfic about Wreck-It Ralph and was planning to gift it to his girlfriend for her birthday. It was her favorite movie and he light ally depicted her as banging all the characters in it. She snuck and read it on his laptop before he could ruin her birthday though. Needless to say, she ran for the hills too. You guys need to form a support group or something. Rolling on the floor laughing. Edit. Sleepy typos. This can't be real, but if it is, this is one of the most hilarious things I have ever read on Reddit. Had me in the second half? Is that a thing? She obviously doesn't want to have sex with a baby. It's okay guys, I found a photo of Op. What about the possibility that even though she's obsessed with him, she may not have ever fathomed screwing a gay baby?